Hey everybody, Lisa, One Happy Place Creations. I'm sorry, I'm cleaning up my mess here. Just a real quick overview on pages and then moving on. I've got my 5 pages done. A little bit of ink on there, but nobody's going to see that. 5 pages done, so this is my first page. And then you're going to flip it over and it's just a little Velcro. And there is the flap with the little Velcro. There's 2 dots there. And then your pocket that opens up. Really nice. Really get some good stuff in there with the little Velcro pieces. So there's that. Page 1. This will be page 2. Flip it over. Nice pocket. Not a thick one, just a regular pocket. Page 3. This one's a little wild, but that's okay. Totally toned down once you start putting pictures on it. And then another pocket, regular pocket. Another page here. And this one you've seen several times. And then this back page with this pocket that you've seen several times with the little Velcro closures. This is what we're going to work on next. This is page 6. And it's made out of an envelope. This is the beginning here. This was the envelope. And again, I in the last video I showed you, I got them at I got it at a garage sale, but you could get them at Walmart. And again, any size you got is going to work. And you can make this work with any size. I am only going to use one of these. So, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. But I'm not going to actually make one because I don't need to. So this is just, this originally. I cut off one. And remember, I'm keeping this for shaker cards or windows or whatever. So it's just the 2 pieces. Now, if you had this, something you could do is glue down this piece onto a page and open it up. Look at that. Isn't that a cute idea? And it would lay nice and flat. You can make it into a book. You can punch 2 more holes and do a little pretty lace and bow tie it. And cut these off individually right in the center. There's plenty of room that you could get a nice cut in between each center of those and make a little book. Or, you know, glue it on the flap and then bring it around and have it where you can pull it out and open it up. So lots of things you can do with these. I just took that top one off and it is laid right across the envelope there. And then I made, like, this is just a piece of the base page color. And I just put my little placed photo stamp in there on it. And then actually placed a photo on there so you can see. I probably will have scrap paper. I'm just not cutting it until I'm done. But, you know, like having these filled with either this or something, you know, some kind of paper in there. But again, I'm not using it until I'm done. But, and then this is just a pocket out of the envelope. And I've got actually 2 larger tags in here. I think it's 5 and 1/8 by 8 1/8 or something like that. So you can definitely get you know, like 4 pictures. I think I counted and you can get about 21 pictures on this page alone. So very nice. And then I just did a really simple waterfall. Let's see if I'm getting all this in. And this was out of the 6x6 pad. MayMaymadeit cut and paste charm. So I just pulled some of these out And then this is just the piece here. They were cut down just a little bit, but yeah, just, I mean, a real simple waterfall in the back. There is a base piece. So you cut 2 pieces of cardstock that's going to cover your envelope, because that's going to give it the stability it needs. And I mean, it came all the way up, and I covered the envelope, and then I took my little teeny bit of 1/8 inch off. And then I used my We Are Memory Keepers, and it's called the Thumb Notch. And it's We Are Memory Keepers. Is that upside down? There we go. Thumb Notch. And I just love it. So I put that in there so that it's easy to get it in and out of. And then just another hook and loop, Velcro hook and loop piece to keep it closed. I did put an 1/8 of an inch gusset on there and a 1/2 of an inch down on this so that I could have a nice little flap. And then just added 2 more of the flips. But the preparation of the envelope, I think, is the only part that really needs to, you know, maybe be explained. Envelopes inherently very, very thin. I mean, this is really thin paper. This is like copy paper. So, piece of Tyvek, and we're just going to put some glue on it. You can either glue it, score tape it, whatever you want. And then we're just going to put it underneath. Alrighty. Underneath the envelope a little bit, and just a little bit of, you know, quarter of an inch into the envelope. It's just so that that score line right there, which is what everything's hinging on, is going to stay there. It's not going to rip through time because this is going to reinforce it. And then I'm going to take scoreboard. I gotta try and fit this in. Sorry. Bit of glue. I'm going to take this off because it hangs over the edge. Doesn't give me a clean. And I'm going to go 1 inch from the score line. I mean, sorry, a 1/2 inch from the score line to my end camera here. So this is basically at 2 1/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 1/2 inch from there. And this is really thin paper. Of course, I got it right where the, sorry, there we go. Okay. So a 1/2 inch from the score line, because that is our gusset size. I mean our binding size. And then basically we're going to fold on that line, and I knew that was going to crawl underneath there. We're going to give it, did I get it on there? No, I didn't get it on there. Let me grab and put this back on here because I'm not ready to stick it down yet, and that's all it's wanting to do. So I'm going to fold this down, give it a little finger bending here, and this is, I want to get it as straight as possible just because it's, you know, it needs to be done nicely. There we go. Okay, so now I've got that little section right there that's going to go into my binder, into the binding system. And then what I'm going to do is take this off now because, you know, it's got some glue on it. You might as well let it do its job. But the big thing is I want to make sure that I've got this edge done. I'm going to have this edge done, and I'm just going to kind of put some glue across here. But I want to get glue all over and make sure that gets down. Reason being, I don't want any of the papers that I'm trying to put in there to stick to it. So, I mean, you know, to get stuck because, oh, for heaven's sakes, I can't think. Because it didn't get glued down well enough. I want it as smooth as possible so there's not any kind of sticking up edge that when I'm running my tag down in there that it's going to be getting stuck on that. Now, like I said, well, let me go ahead and I want this to go right down on that original seam. And it is going to be a little thicker than it normally is, but that's alright. It is going to be nice and strong. Nice and strong. So now you've got a super, that hinge isn't going anywhere. Just not going to go anywhere. It's going to be there for years and years and years to come. And if you do it while the glue's kind of wet. Now, when I cover this with paper, remember that you only put glue on this section. Put your paper down. Don't put your paper into the crease. Keep it, you know, 1/8 of an inch away from the crease. And then do a really fine line of glue and seal it. So this part's not going to be sealed. Paper's going to be on this, and it's going to open all the way till where you seal it. And then, once you have your paper on, and you can wait and do it on both sides, then cut. But I pretty much do it on whatever side I'm going to do my envelope because I want it to be nice and crisp. If you get too many layers, it's just depending on how many layers your paper cutter will cut. So, I'm sorry, I thought it was turned off, but it wasn't, and I was rambling. Anyway, so I hope you were able to get all that because I think I started rambling just on and on and on. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this, I have almost 1/8 of an inch from the crease line to this, and then I just put a very thin, tiny layer of glue all the way across. And then I cut this edge open once I had this base page down. And then I just took this, found my center, and of course just using this, the first sheet, and punched. As long as it's not real thick, you can, because this is very thin, so it's to this it was just like cutting through a piece of cardstock, which it does very nicely. I mean, this piece right here is just a piece of paper. I scored it a 1/2 inch in from the edge and then another 1/8 of an inch past that. so a 1/2 inch and then 5/8, and folded it to give it a bit of a gusset. These pieces, I just kind of figured out how many I wanted. I could not really find as many pages to do an all the way down thing, and I didn't want to make it too thick, so I decided that I just put a piece of a strip up here, and then I just built off of it, cutting it to fit. Used the entire 6 inches, put a 1/2 inch score line on it. So this is 5 1/2, and then I cut this down a little bit. I think it's 5 5/8 or something like that. And then just every 1/2 inch, just kind of added the other one, and then I just took the whole sheet of this piece. If I could have found one more sheet that I liked with this grouping, I would have done one more and then put the sheet down at the bottom, because it would have then been pretty close to the top. I just couldn't. So it was fine. This, I thought, you know what, this could be a nice place to do some kind of journal, or, you know, like the Fisher family or something like that. This is my youngest. Of course, he's going to be 22 this year, so that was a long time ago, but he loved to sit in the rain. But, you know, so hopefully this helped you create whatever you want out of this. Just put 2 pieces on it and put a really pretty tag out of it. You can, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want to do. But this is page 6. And gosh, we're getting ready to put this puppy together. Next is going to be creating the book itself. Getting these in the binding system and creating the book itself, I guess, is the next process. So thanks, guys. Have a fabulous day, and I hope I didn't ramble on too much on this one. Bye.